Okay, you guys, it's time to go live. It is day 4 of our Strong in 25. And when I say that it is day 4 and I'm very, very excited about it, let me just double check to make sure we are definitely still live. Okay, we are definitely live. Okay, I'm so excited about this. I'm looking forward to doing this journey with y'all some more. I already went live and I told y'all about how to spot errors. I actually have a sample credit report that I already showed you all. So definitely go there and check out that. Oh my gosh, I need a bottle of water. Go and check out that sample credit report. Oh, there we go. If you guys need to be able to see how to actually spot errors on your credit reports, you guys should have already got your credit reports yesterday too. So if you haven't gotten your credit reports, that means you still on day 3, honestly. When I went to go get my credit reports from annualcreditreports.com, I was only able to get Equifax and Experian. I still have to go back and try to get TransUnion to work, but I'm okay because I have this sample that I'm going to use, and I don't necessarily need to look at my credit reports to see um my utilization. I get that on Credit Karma. I can get that on Experian, and I can get that by just looking at my balance. And I told you I got a utilization tracker that we're going to talk about later on. I got so hoarse yesterday talking that I had to put my headphones on to make sure that this can pick up the mic because I don't want to lose my voice. And I hope that the music in the background is a better touch just to make sure that it's just not so boring or whatnot. We got some music on. Okay, so we got our 30 questions. We already know what's up. Let's get it cracking. We're doing a 45-minute workout. We already should have started by now. I suggest when y'all go on walking, when y'all doing y'all workout, just put me on, okay? Put me on. Y'all know y'all can get y'all 45 minutes in. Once this thing is over with, y'all know the 45 minutes is up. It's 30 questions. Some of them is not going to take a whole minute, which is why I think I'm okay with not getting into the questions yet. I have a timer on here. We're already at a minute and 52 seconds in. So I'll let y'all know when we have 45 minutes. I'll end that live. I'll say see you later to y'all. I'll see y'all the next day. This is going to make sure that y'all fully understand what is going on, basically. Okay? I like to put on my David Goggins, motivational speeches when I work out. And then if I really don't want to do it, if I don't want to work out and I just don't think I can go forward with a workout, then I'll put some music on. But let's get into these questions. I'm going to have to drink some water in between because I can already feel that my throat is very dry. So, part 1, personal information section. So, why are there so many old addresses on my credit reports? Whenever you apply for anything, they keep that address and they keep it a part of your credit reports. If you go to some of these third-party companies, you won't even like to get your credit reports, Identity IQ, Credit Karma. You're not even going to see your full credit report and see all the addresses that they have. If you get your annual credit report, or you should already have it, you can see that all those old addresses. That's when we apply for credit. Whatever address you had at the time, they put that in your credit report and they don't want to delete it. It's a paper trail for you. They don't want to delete it, but that's why they're there. You ever had identity theft, then those addresses that's on there would be sometimes addresses that was attached to the identity theft. But that's why you have a lot of addresses on your credit reports. How do I remove addresses that I never lived at? If you got any addresses on your credit reports, period, and you want to remove them, you can call each credit bureau and tell them to remove it. Experian is not going to want to do it. They're going to say that they're not going to remove it from your credit reports, or it's tied to an account. They can't remove it. TransUnion and Equifax usually be good about it. They'll just delete it right then and there. So keep that in mind. But if you got so many addresses you need to get it removed, you can actually write a dispute letter, just basically saying, I have all these addresses on my credit report that should not be on my credit report. This is my only address that I am at. And then you can say, I want you to delete all of the addresses that I'm going to list below. List all of the addresses and say, I look forward to getting a response back from you in 30 days. Let me know that all these addresses have been deleted. Thank you. And then mail that and mail a certified mail. That way you call them, you send them a letter. It. You can also do a dispute online for addresses if you want to. But I just prefer call it, honestly. Call. Experience, send them a letter. If you want to do a dispute online, you can, but again, they're gonna say it's attached to an account, or if you want to do an address dispute online, they're gonna say they need you to call them. What should I do if my name is misspelled? Then you need to correct them and tell them what's your correct spelling of your name, and make sure it's the same on all three credit bureaus, because sometimes that can be identity theft, or you opening the door for it too. So while you calling about those addresses, call for the names and call for the employers while you at it. Tell them to delete all those different things and correct it too if there's a problem. Why is my old employer still listed? It's that same thing. Any information the credit bureaus have about you, y'all, they're trying to keep it. They are an information company. They want to keep all this information about you. They don't want to get rid of any of this information, even if they know that this information is not correct. I can say that they don't want to remove it because I have seen evidence of them not wanting to remove it unless you sue them. It is what it is. Can I correct personal information? Look, can incorrect personal information hurt my credit score? It's not going to necessarily hurt your credit score, but it looks bad on your credit report that you got all those addresses. It opens you up to identity theft. And then when you want to apply for something, if they don't have your name spelled right, you apply for something, they're gonna say, hey, we gotta send your response in the mail. They can't give you an answer right away. They want you to prove yourself now. They want to prove that you're an actual person, because the spelling they got on the credit report is the spelling. The spelling of that name on the credit report is different than what you gave them, which is yours is correct, but the credit report is incorrect. So it's something you just want to correct, but it shouldn't hurt your credit score. Now let me see if I can drink me a little sip of water, and then we're gonna go to the next section. Let me see how much time we're in so far. Are we 6 minutes and 45 seconds in? Okay, we in there. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all get y'all workbook. We're working on our credit. We need all three credit bureaus to go up a total of 180 points minimum, because we want 60 points per credit bureau. That's what we're doing. We're doing this for 75 days. We drinking water. We're we're drinking water. We're making sure we're getting our body together, which is why we're working out for 45 minutes every day. And we're fixing our credit one day at a time. I told y'all earlier in that video, if y'all watched it, that what we're going to be doing is we have to highlight our errors. We're going to start sending out our disputes on the ninth day, so on 5 more days. And then I'm going to give you 5 days to send out the disputes. Then we're moving on. We're moving on. Disputing is not the whole part of your credit. Like I told you, I'm working on utilization. Disputing is not something that I need to be working on. I need to be working on utilization right now, if anything. That's it. Okay, so we're going to move on to other parts. If you're not at this part where you're going to need to do disputes, use this as time as rest, focusing on other areas of your life, journaling, see if there's something you have to do for that day. If you realize, I ain't got no disputes I need to do with Trent Jr., then you get to chill for 5 days. You get 5 days off. That's kind of remind me like when I'm in school and the professor, like, I give you 10 days to do an assignment. It's like, I already did that assignment 2 weeks ago. Well, guess what? I'm ahead of the game. I ain't got nothing I need to do. I can work ahead or I can just chill. I can pick one. Okay, let's get to number 6 now. Okay, I'm at 782 steps. This thing is going, okay. Okay, so the account details section. So how do I know if an account is open or closed? If on your credit report, it'll say whether your account is open or closed. It'll literally say it's a closed account or open. It's usually like the third line or the second line if you're looking at the Identity IQ report. But it'll tell you right away if it's open or closed. What does charge off mean? Charge off means a lot of times I really don't know the specifics, should I say, the true definition, but when I think of a charge off, I think about it's a company that you had a contract with that tried to collect from you in 180 days, and they most likely charged it off as not being able to collect on that debt. And sometimes when they charge it off so that they can have some type of tax write-off on their end where it's something that's going to be able to help them But you can sometimes see that the charge off say a $0 balance. And if it's a $0 balance, most likely they sold it to a collection company. If it still have a balance, they charge it off, but they kept it on their books. They never sold it. It's basically the original company. So if you had a credit card with Capital One, you didn't pay it. Usually 180 days later, there, which is 6 months. After 6 months, they're like, we ain't gonna be able to get no money for them. We gonna charge it off. The account is closed. It's charged off. It is what it is. They can sell it and then change your balance to $0, or they can keep it in house and keep your balance on there. But that's what a charge off is, and that's what it means. What's the difference between current balance and the original balance? So the current balance, a lot of times you'll see this when it's already at that charge off stage or it's with collection companies. The current balance is what you owe right now. That's what you owe right now. The original balance is how much you originally owed. Okay, that's the original balance. Now, a lot of times I would think if I look at original balance sometimes with collection companies, I think of like high credit if you're looking at the IQ, because sometimes the current balance will be less than the um, high credit, which is to me the original balance. But the current balance is what you owe right now. Probably you paid off some stuff or paid it down some compared to what the original balance was, what you originally owed to them. And then sometimes the original balance can be what your balance was before all of the fees. Before all of the fees. But that's something to think about. And now I'm going over this. I need to look this up in my personal case. How can I see if I made late payments? On your credit report, they'll say if you had late payments on there. They'll say the month, they'll have like the usually like for say it's May right now. They have May and then they'll have 25 or 2025. And then they'll say okay, means you don't have any late payments, or they'll say 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, or 180. And that's the number of days you are late. Don't forget I told y'all that they can't mark y'all late until you're 30 days late. So if you see a 30 or 60 or 90, you know you got late payments. That's what that means. But that's how you'll know if you got late payments because it'll say it. What does the status column mean? So in status, you'll see in the status, you'll see whether you're late on it. If it's closed, open, they'll let you know exactly what's going on with the account. That's what the status is. What's the current situation of this account? Now that is the fifth question when it comes down to account section. So I'm gonna give me another little sip of water. Wait, y'all, we have 1,100 steps. We getting it in. We almost at a half a mile. If y'all can see behind me, all of my medals. I don't know if I have to move over or you can still see them. But if y'all go and do runs and you're unable to actually run, y'all can get out there and walk. When I did a half a marathon, tell a story all the time. A lady in her 80s beat me. She beat me, y'all. I just did not believe that she was gonna beat me though, but she definitely did beat me. And it's all about the consistency and the current speed. Now she was going fast, so let me see where she was going. Yeah, I think this was more her speed. She was just, and I'm like, I'm running past her, then I'm walking, and she going past me like this. The tortoise and the hare kind of situation. Only thing is, I wasn't sitting down, but she was the whole time, and she beat me. Okay, but you don't have to run at these runs. I go every month. I suggest y'all get into some type of working out, put some type of commitment on yourself that you have to do a certain thing, and that's my thing, which is running. So I go running. That's what my thing is. Um, and I try to post my runs now for sure. I usually just keep my runs to myself. I don't want no pop-ups of my runs. I'll be scared if I see somebody like, why are you know these? I'll be scared, but yeah, that's what I like to do, run. But we're doing a lot of steps right now, which is great. Okay, let's talk payment history. So what does the code 30, 60, or 90 days late mean? That means that you was 30 days late, 60 days late, or 90 days late. We kind of already just went over that. What should I do if it says I was late, but I wasn't? If it say you was late and you wasn't, you need to dispute it. And if you're having a hard time getting approved for debt, I mean, this is debt. If you're having a hard time getting approved for credit, there you need to make sure that you do that dispute for sure. Send it certified mail, and you need to talk to me, and I can help you try to reach out to an attorney or something that can help you take legal action if they refuse to fix it. Because late payments on your credit reports, which we already went over already on day one, I believe, or day two, it's 35% of your credit score. So you don't want late payments on there if you really wasn't late. You want to get that fixed. Can late payments be removed? Yes, they can. Late payments are most likely removed with goodwill letters if you were really late or just a regular dispute. Sometimes, if the credit bureaus refuse to remove it, maybe you do need to take legal action. You need to be okay with that. Earlier, I told y'all that it's public record that an email between me and TransUnion said something about a monetary payment with our settlement and another part of a settlement. That's public record now. Well, part of our settlement. At first, I was just gonna be able to tell y'all that, oh yeah, we settled. I wasn't gonna be able to say that there was a monetary payment and there's a second part of the settlement agreement. I wasn't gonna be able to tell y'all that. They tried to silence me, and I said, no, I'm not gonna be silenced. Y'all need to know about certain things, and I didn't even until I realized how much TransUnion fought me. I said, well, maybe I need to get paid off of talking about this. Maybe I need to talk about it more because I wasn't going to. I was just going to go to law school next year, and after law school, I would talk about it when I had my own business. That's what I wanted to do. But I'm like, it's maybe a reason why they're trying to silence me. Let me talk about it. But if they don't want to remove it, you really need to look into taking legal action. Okay, so how long does late payments stay on your credit reports? Late payments can stay on your credit reports for the remainder of time that your account is on your credit report. If you have late payments on your credit reports, I wouldn't ever stop like sending the disputes until that thing gets removed and make sure that that late payment is verified that it should even be there and they got proof of it. And the reason why I say that is because I had a car loan years ago, y'all. I ended up being late. I don't know literally how I was late on it. And this is why I don't play about putting everything on auto payment. I don't play about this no more. But I had this one late payment 30 days, dropped my credit score like 80 some points. I was crying. Don't forget, y'all, we only trying to get 60 points in 75 days. The late payment dropped me like this. I was crying, y'all. I was so sad. But what I did was I kept asking the car company, hey, can y'all remove the late payment? I ended up paying that car off fast. And then I believe they ended up removing it after I paid off the car because they didn't care about it no more. But I would say don't give up on it. I literally could have just left it there because that car is still reporting on my credit reports, but it's not late payment there anymore. So I would say not to give up on it in terms of that late payment. But it can stay on there for the remaining of the account or until you ask to have it removed and actually get removed. What's the best way to track which accounts have perfect history? The best way to track it is just to look at your credit reports. Don't forget, we already set up that we're going to be looking at our credit reports every 30 days. I believe I picked the first. I'm not sure what day you all picked, but that's how you're going to track which ones have perfect history. That's how you're going to track it. You're going to be able to know it. When you go on Credit Karma, you're going to see your payment history. That thing at 100%, you good. Okay? That's perfect history. If you see that it's at 97, it's at 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, not perfect. It's something that we got to fix, but we're going to work on fixing it. Okay? But that is payment history, y'all. We did 1,700 steps so far. We at 0.65 miles, so we almost at a mile. And we are 19 minutes in. Okay, good. We're doing good. So we got 15 more questions to go. Okay, so let's see. How do I spot a collection account? Usually, you'll spot a collection account because they'll have it in a derogatory section. They'll have a section usually at the end of your credit report that lists all your derogatory accounts. They'll put all your positive accounts right at the top and then your negative ones at the bottom. You can spot a collection account because it should say collection. Sometimes it'll say debt buyer instead of collection. That is technically a collection account. Um, that's how you're gonna be able to spot a collection. And if you see like companies like Midland Portfolio Recovery, IC System, Receivable Management, those are collection companies. Collection companies are not the original company that you got the money from. A lot of times, that's how you can know the difference of them. What if the same debt shows up more than once? Then you should look into an attorney and sue like I did. That's the reason why why I have a lawsuit with LJ Ross right now. The account it showed up on my Equifax credit report twice, and not only did it show up twice on my Equifax credit report, but it's on all three bureaus, and all three bureaus plus the Equifax is four different account numbers total. With accounts like this, especially if you dispute it, they refuse to remove it. I just have found personally for me, you're talking about somebody that's been technically helping people learn about credit disputes. I think I've been doing this since I was 24 and I'm 33. So almost 10. Oh my gosh. I cannot underestimate how much staying consistent will make you learn so much. Because now it's like I'm going to go to law school for it now. You know? I'm going to be a consumer attorney now. But I've been doing it for a while. But if I could not remove this account, literally, from my credit reports, I just always say take legal action. Seriously. Just think about taking legal action. Don't take that lightly. And I'm not playing because even when I had to do my lawsuit, y'all, I didn't want to. I was scared, honestly. Um, Even when I just did the one last year with LJ Ross, um, I already talked to my doctor about how I was depressed. I just lost my brother. I don't want to talk to anybody because I'm getting teary eyed now. And this was back in August of last year when I lost my brother. I said, I am so depressed. I have a lot of stuff going on, and I didn't want to have to sue them. I just like just delete the curse word account from my credit report. Y'all have not showed me anything to show that this account should be on my credit report. But now we're in this year, and we already know that I already got a settlement because I sued all three credit bureaus and LJ Ross. I had no choice. The account of my credit report, y'all couldn't even get a credit card, and I'm the credit lady. Like what? And I'm deleting these accounts for everybody else. I'm seeing people having success, and I'm not having success with my own personal life. I can't get a credit card, and then on top of that, too, it's certain things I wanted to be able to do to have 0% APR credit cards, and I couldn't even get the credit cards because now I have a collection on my credit report. Y'all don't know how much that stuff can pile up and mess up your credit. So I had no choice but to take legal advice. If the account won't come off your credit report and you guys have evidence of you sitting in disputes, which is what we're going to do, this whole thing. You have evidence of you sitting in disputes, you tried to get it worked out, then you should look into taking legal advice. You should look into taking legal action seriously. Now, I'm not an attorney. I'm not trying to give y'all legal advice, but I'm just being real. That having that account on my credit report broke me because I'm already looking at my brother who's 34 deteriorating in front of my eyes. It's I don't even want to talk about it. If the account is on your credit report and it shows up more than once, that's a huge case. And on my case, it's a misrepresentation of debt. So it's not just a fair credit report, Nat. It's FDCPA. And I'm only talking about my case. I'm not trying to give y'all legal advice, but I want to put this on y'all in y'all head because I said us as people, a lot of times we don't take legal action on certain things like this, which we should. But not only did they do something with the Fair Credit Reporting Act when they broke that, but it was also the FDCPA, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act that they broke. because you misrepresent how much I owe. So you say I owe over $3,600 for one account. Okay. All right. So you say I owe this money. That's fine. But you're going to put it on my credit report again for $3,600. So you telling me that I owe you over $7,200 for what? That's a misrepresentation of debt. I saw a lawsuit where the judge gave somebody some money for this. We already seen in my thing where TransUnion agreed to a monetary payment. It's public records of this. You can read it. I can't tell y'all what it was, but you agreed to it. The judge don't even have to do it to you. You agreed to it. It's public records. What will make these companies agree to these type of payments when I already sent you a letter for months? Why you just didn't delete it then? It's because there's too many disputes going out, you guys. They're not taking us serious. It's like some type of secret society thing that they're trying to hush us about. But we need to make sure that if we see errors, we take legal action. I cannot stress this enough. And I'm going to be talking about this the whole time because I'm not going to do it any other way. And I'm not going to lie to y'all and tell y'all, oh, just do this, do that. No, no. No. If it was me, I get another call on my credit reports and they don't do what I need them to do, and I know that I'm right and they wrong, I'm going to send out 2 rounds of disputes to the credit bureaus, and I'm going to send out 1 round to the company. If they don't delete it, I'm taking legal action immediately. I'm not going to play games with these companies. I even had a collection company recently. They called me from multiple numbers, and I don't even know if the debt is legit. They called me from multiple numbers, so I told them, hey, don't call me no more. Send me everything in writing. They kept calling me, they kept texting me. That is illegal in terms of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. If I tell them don't call me no more, send me everything in writing, and it's a collection company, you're not supposed to. So I sent a letter to their attorney saying, hey, you better send me a check for this amount of money, and you better not call me no more, or I'm taking legal action. I have yet to hear from the company. I'm still thinking if I should take legal action because I'm still in the right to doing it, but I'm trying to focus on what I have going on right now, only because somebody cannot tell you owe something without showing you how you owe it, and then try to hold it against you by putting it on your credit report. That's publicly talking about you. Basically, your credit report is a public kind of thing when it comes down to credit card companies. So we have to be open with taking legal action. And like I said, it ain't gonna take me 75 days. By the 75 days, I'm gonna have a lawsuit in. I'm gonna have all my evidence put together, and I'm gonna have a full lawsuit put in. But what's the difference between the original creditor and a collection company? The original creditor is the company that you originally signed a contract with, most likely. For example, if you had, I don't want to, I'm just going to say, if you had Capital One, I'm not going to say companies I really, really like. I was going to say another company. I'm like, no, I like them. I'm going to say that. But if you have Capital One, that's the the original creditor. You got a loan with them, okay? That's Capital One. That's the original creditor. The credit card company, usually the name that's on that credit card, that's the original creditor. So if you got a Mission Lane credit card, you got a Discover credit card, you got a Navy Federal, those are original creditors. They're original people you had a loan with. Now, a collection company is those receivable management, the LJ Ross, the Midland Funding, Midland Credit Management. Those are collection companies. They usually buy the debt from the original company. You never really had a direct contract with them. They bought the rights of your debt most likely, or they have authorization to actually collect on your debt. That's what those are. Those are the collection companies. Okay? But that's what the difference is. When it comes down to the original creditor and the collection company, when it comes down to like the laws with the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the FDCPA, FDCPA is for debt collectors. Those are for collection companies. It's certain laws and rights that we have. So that's why you need to know who you're working with or who you're talking to or what kind of accounts you have. Should I pay a collection and file my credit report? During this process, we gonna find out if you should pay them or not. I did pay collection companies in the past, but they actually showed me proof that I owed the debt. If a company don't show me total proof, or they just send me like a standard letter, I'm not gonna pay y'all. I'm not, because we got certain laws that protect us, you guys. So if they're not showing us certain things, then I wouldn't say just go ahead and pay them. A lot of times people pay debts that they don't owe anymore. People pay debts that maybe they say that they owe $800, but in reality it was really only a $500 debt. You pay the extra $300 for no reason. But I did have a debt before with portfolio recovery, and I settled that one because they showed me um, what I owe. I kind of knew about this information already too. And then portfolio recovery, they had a thing where they'll say, hey, you can pay a percentage of what you owe, which is good. And they're going to delete out your credit reports within 30 days. My credit scores went up like 60 some points from paying that account. But that's different because I already knew I owed them. Knowing what I know now too, and what I can tell you all too, is that make sure that you owe that debt. That's what you want to make sure you get verification about, that you actually owe the debt. What if I don't recognize the collection? That's what I'm talking about right now. If you don't recognize it, don't be like, well, I did have an account with. No, no, you don't know. You never know. So many of these companies got in trouble, y'all, because they're getting debts and they're collecting on them and they don't have the authorization to collect on them. They're collecting on the amount that's more than what is really owed. They're playing a scary game, and unless they get in trouble for it, they're not going to stop. And even a lot of times when these companies do get in trouble for it, they just pay whatever fee it is and they move on with their life while your life is still in shambles still. And when I say your life is in shambles, I just mean like I told you, I had my brother pass away. I'm over here fighting his debt. I'm still in court right now fighting it. And now you're here, okay, there's monetary values, other stuff happening. You got settlements going on. Still, at the end of the day, it messes with your mental, which is why I'm doing this 75 with y'all, because I need to get my mental back together. Having to learn all these different things. It was a lot of work. I had to drive places, leave time, stop, um, spending time with my family, my kids, driving hours every week just to fight this thing. It's just too much. So I just want you guys to make sure you guys keep all of this stuff in mind. Okay. Now we still got 10 more questions. We 32 minutes in, and I think that we are doing good. I am really sweating. I did not put on my um, waist trainer thing, my sweatband. Don't forget, if you guys haven't already, get the Strong N75. Go ahead and get that. Get the workbook. We on day 4 of it. We're trying to finish it. If you guys have yet to download it and print it out, please go ahead and get it done. My goal is by the middle of June, I can have actual hard copies of the book. That's what my goal. I want to have actual hard copies that I can give out to people. When you order it, I can send you an actual workbook and you can actually fill it out. That's what I want to have. So I have certain goals that I need to get accomplished, and I know I'm getting accomplished because I'm working very hard to get it accomplished. That I need to get accomplished, and I know I'm getting accomplished because I'm working very hard to get it accomplished. Uh-oh. Let me turn this down, y'all, because y'all do not want to see what happened to me with this. But until I get the hard copies, y'all can just have a notebook. Every day I go over what's in it for free. You don't even have to buy it. It's on my YouTube channel. Get your workbook, put Strong and 75 on the front page, and you can work on it that way. I just would rather y'all have a workbook because if I was to ever take a case to court, I would use this workbook as evidence only because in this workbook we're talking about our emotions. What is it stopping us from doing? So when I put my lawsuit in, I had to talk about damages. And I had to talk about, hey, I wasn't able to get this, get that. This happened to me, that happened to me. All this stuff gonna be in our workbooks. So that's why I would rather everybody have a workbook, just in case you guys need to go the extra mile. You have it, but that's why I want you guys to have it so you can actually reference certain things. You know exactly what you was talking about. You know where to put everything. It's organized, but you don't have to have it like that. You just have to make sure that you get started. That's what Les Brown says here. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Period. And I try to live by that a lot. Okay, so okay, well, I gotta get ready to do my bike ride after this. So what was the most confusing part on your report? I didn't have any confusing parts on my credit reports because I know how to read credit reports fully now. So I don't have a confusing part on my credit report right now. When I first started, I didn't understand how to compare all three credit bureaus, how to spot errors. I didn't know these different things when I first started. But now that I'm really, I would consider myself a credit expert. I know how to spot these different errors. So I didn't have really a confusing part on my credit report. Okay, let's see. Did you notice anything that didn't make sense? No, no, I didn't have anything that didn't make sense. No, no, I didn't. Because I know how to read credit reports now. I know what it should be. I've been on top of my credit, but this is stuff that y'all should ask yourself too. And ask me in the comments too. Was there any confusing part about your credit report? Go to YouTube, ask it there. Make sure you kind of detail so that I can go ahead and answer it. I know what you're talking about too, and I can explain something to you. Did you notice anything that didn't make sense? That's something with you. Hey, Rickita, I looked on here, and it said this, and that. Oh, did it? Girl, I ain't supposed to say that. Or, boy, whatever it is, you ain't supposed to say that. I can be able to explain that to you, but I didn't have anything on it that didn't make sense. I know how to really read my credit reports. That's how I know that I just need to stay focused and I'm gonna be excellent at what I do. This is the same question from yesterday. How many pages was your credit report? I think one of my credit reports is like over 200 pages. My credit reports is very long. You guys are gonna find that your credit reports are very long. My credit reports are very long because I went through a stage where I didn't want to get credit. Dave Ramsey like bent me up in my butt seriously, where I did not want to get credit, and I just only applied for certain accounts. Like for example, Mission Lane. I only applied for Mission Lane because I wouldn't say I bashed them, but I did not get them a fair review. So I applied for Mission Lane so that I can understand what they was really about, how it worked. And I'm like, Michelin is you know what, the S word. They're good. I like them. Somebody left a comment on YouTube was like, ain't nothing wrong with this card. The only thing I like about this card is the card is ugly. I think and there's nothing wrong with it. It's good. I just got so many credit cards. So if I look on my credit reports, I have so many different credit cards now. Um, So my credit report is long. Plus, I have so many positive accounts that I had before that was paid off. So it's long because of that reason too. And then don't forget when you get your annual credit report compared to Credit Karma, it's more detailed. It shows balances and things like that, and it's gonna naturally be longer. Okay, so it was definitely a lot of pages. That's what I can say. Did you see any more negative or positive accounts? Everything looked normal for me. Everything looked normal. What I did see though the other day, so I'm working on my case. Again, this is an active account. It's an active case with LJ Ross right now. When I looked on my credit reports for Experian, I could see that the collection was already deleted from my credit reports. And I'm like, I didn't even do no more dispute. How did this account get deleted from my credit report? Somebody trying to be sneaky. It's funny how I have a lawsuit in. I already did dispute. We didn't want to delete the account, but now it randomly get deleted. That was something that was surprising to me. It was this month though when I seen that, but the account was deleted in March. I don't know if it was certain court filings that happened or something. I don't know that scared somebody in court, but it's good. But that LJ Ross account is the only collection on my credit report. So I'm like, dude, how did this get deleted? When I went to Experian, I'm looking for the collection because I want to look at the reporting on it. I'm trying to get any updates on it. That thing was deleted. But again, we in court right now, so I sued them. So I just didn't expect that they would, or so, I wouldn't say they would have, but that account would have been deleted from my credit reports right now. I just didn't expect it. So that was less of a negative account. Are there any accounts that you forgot you had? I forgot about my self accounts being reported. I think that was on my credit report years ago. I had an Exeter Finance. I think my 10-year-old now, I got that account during it like when I just had him or something. I got an Exeter Finance account. Them things still reporting, so I was very surprised about those accounts. I forgot about those. Now we had 3,800 steps, which is great. Let me see how much time we got. 'Cause I don't want us to go too much over. Okay, we have 40 minutes and 33 seconds. So we got 4 more minutes. I'm going to go through these last questions. Make sure you guys get the workbook. What I'm doing right now is just answering questions pertaining to our lesson for today. Our questions are going to change. These lessons are just about errors on the credit report mainly. That's all this is really about. Every day they're going to change because the subject of what we're going over is going to change, okay? So make sure you guys get the workbook, Strong at 75. Make sure you guys take your before photo if you haven't already. I already picked mine up when I did my coupon and I already got my before photo. We're going to do an after photo when we're done. Stay consistent every day. It's not going to be easy because it's something that we have to stay consistent on. It's a lot of changes, but it's going to be worth it, okay? It's definitely going to be worth it. So let's get through our last 5 questions. Let me drink this water from my throat. And don't forget, follow me on YouTube. That's the only place where I got an actual playlist where you can see day one. And I show y'all snippets of what I'm doing within my day two. Y'all can see day one, day two, day three, and now day four. I'm about to post a day four when I come back from my bike ride. All right, let's hurry to get through these questions because we ain't got that much time. Did you take any notes while reading your report? No, I did not, but you should. If that's the lesson for today. If you see errors, you need to take notes on them. I say print out your credit report, even if it's 100 pages, 200 pages, print it out and highlight everything that looks different. I told you guys too that you guys can sign up for my exclusive credit membership. Go to Rickita.com and you'll see the membership on there. Or you can call at 833 Rickita. Sign up for the membership and we'll tell you what your errors are. We'll actually import your credit reports from a company called Identity IQ. You can pay $1 for all three credit reports. We'll import your credit report and we'll highlight all your errors for you. All your homework today will be done. We won't have nothing to do. We'll do it for you. But you need to make sure that you take notes. What's the first thing you're going to fix? Just my utilization. That's all I need to work on right now. Utilization. How are you organizing what you found? Yesterday, for our homework, we were supposed to create a folder that was supposed to be for our credit. I created the folder. I'm going to put everything in there. I need to actually put my screenshot in there too. You're supposed to take screenshots of your credit. So put your screenshots in there too. We already created a folder. Use it, y'all. Use it, use it, use it. Will you compare all three bureaus this week? I already compared them. I told y'all that my Experian credit score is my highest score. That's not usual. Usually my Equifax is my highest score, but my Experian is my highest right now. I compared all three. I know where I'm at right now with that. What part of your credit report are you focusing on tomorrow? Right now, I'm just focusing on my utilization. I'm organizing my accounts, knowing which ones I want to pay, which ones I don't want to pay. Again, I told y'all gonna do utilization like me. Let's get a head start on it. You want to knock down like every month or every week, whatever you want to do. You want to knock your accounts down by 10%. That would be the goal. So if your utilization right now is at 75%, By next month, you want to be at 65% overall utilization. The month after that, you want to be at 55%. That way, when we're done, you should have knocked out 20% of your utilization, and your credit score is going to go up so much. That is what the goal is. Or you can do like me, where I'm targeting individual accounts and the utilization. So that's something that you all can do. Now we're finishing up. We're at 4,200 steps. We answered all the questions. I'm going to get off this treadmill, do my bike ride because I'm doing 2 workouts per day on a weekday. And I just want you guys to stay focused. Make sure y'all drink y'all gallon of water. Make sure y'all do your homework for today and don't miss anything. If you don't do everything that you need to do, don't go on to the next day, especially if you credit focused with this. Don't go on to the next day if you're credit focused, okay? Now we did our 45 minutes. I'll see you all later. Bye bye.